Samal, you can turn your microphone on, ma'am, if you can.
Yes, yes. Hi, Tariq.
Hey, Samal, how are you?
Good, good. I've been following the debate on and off. Well, the tension between some foundational Black Americans and uh, people of African origin or from the continent of Africa.
Now,
And
wait, hold on, no, slow down. Now, are you Somalian or Ethiopian?
neither.
Which one are you? What are you?
I'm
Moroccan?
no. I'm originally from Sudan,
Oh,
but
okay,
I've
I was cool.
spent a long time in America, though.
Okay, there you go. When did you come to America? How old were you when you came to America?
4 years old.
Oh, you're very young. Okay.
Yeah, very
Oh,
young. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I'm really disturbed. I mean, I just want to say that I'm really disturbed by this division, truly and honestly. And I don't know what it'll take to heal, but I think it's uh sad. I think it's tragic. I think we need each other. I think we need to build with each other. I think that any African that comes to the United States of America, the first thing we need to do is acknowledge what African Americans have done, foundational African Americans have done to build this country and to pave the way in front of us. We benefited a lot from your struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is not a time for division. We're all Black, we're all African.
Yeah, but a lot of folks from your side of the fence, they come over here with their little terms like Jair and Abid and all of these Akata and all of these crazy terms, and we're just not going to accept any of that. We've
And,
let that.
and
We've
you
right,
shouldn't.
right.
And we have our own traumas as Africans from colonialism.
We understand that. We get it.
We we have our own traumas. We've experienced colonialism, white supremacy, and we have our scars. And so the fact that we are now turning against each other as Black people, there's something fundamentally th-
No, here's
there's
the
a lot
look.
of trauma. There's a lot of
Right, right.
trauma
We
on
get
both sides.
listen because the thing is that shit over there back in the motherland. It's a lot of tacky infighting and tribalism that has caused everything to go downhill. We, as foundational Black Americans, we are not going to allow that mindset to come among us anymore because now it's been slipping under the radar. And when we, as foundational Black Americans, when we start looking around like, hey man, what's going on? Where's all these weird people coming with this crazy energy around us? And we start looking at people's paperwork and we starting to see some common denominators. And the common denominator is a lot of these folks are not FBA. A lot of the folks who come around us with a lot of division and divisiveness and sucking up to white supremacists and undermining us as a group, a lot of these folks are non-FBA, and they bring that same mentality that they had back home, where there's a gazillion different tribes and everybody looks the same, but they claim all of these different ethnic groups, and they sit up there and cut each other's throat, and they want to bring that over here. And we're saying no, we can't have that here because we are the standard as which white supremacy is supposed to be challenged. Foundational Black Americans, we show you how to deal with these white supremacists. We're the only people who has consistently stood up to white supremacy. And what's interesting, and one of my sisters said this not too long ago, if we get taken out the game, it's a wrap for Black people all over. If we get undermined by our cousins from the motherland, from within. We get undermined, and we're neutralized as foundational Black Americans, and we can't really fight like we're supposed to fight. Black people globally are done. So we have to take this thing very seriously because foundational Black Americans, we cannot afford to have folks around us who we brought in as reinforcements, who we fought to bring in as reinforcements, to come over here and then flip on us. Because we've already had that with the Asians, we've already had that with the Latinos. We damn sure can't have it with Africans and Caribbeans. The buck has to stop somewhere. So everybody's going to have to get on code with each other. And part of the code is not being afraid of white supremacy and focus on challenging white supremacy and not battling us, because we don't have a problem with no African or Caribbean immigrants. We're not hating on anybody because there's nothing to hate. We understand what goes on over there. We see that you're struggling over there. That's nothing to look down upon. But what we don't want to do is help people get themselves together and lift them up. And then once they get up, they start fronting on us and then coming at us sideways, like some of these disrespectful callers who've been calling in talking disrespectfully about foundational Black American culture. That's unacceptable. Does that
No,
make
you're
sense?
right. That makes a lot of sense. And I think, if I'm honest, the tribalism that we have and the colorism that we have, and there's colorism in America, and there's that division in America as well. And when Africans get to America, I think what a lot of Africans, regardless of where they are from, East Africa, Southern Africa, West Africa, they realize at the end of the day that they're all black, that we're all black.
Hmm.
So it's the, you know
But let's be clear about something, because I always hear people say this about colorism in America. Foundational Black Americans, we don't have colorism cultures. We really don't, because we've historically been all treated the same. So we don't really have colorism where we undermine each other based on skin tone. We just don't do that in foundational Black American society, because we don't have communities of Black people that's color based. You understand? In parts of Africa, I've seen the lighter skinned Black folks live in a whole community here. The darker skinned people will live in the townships, same as Brazil. The darker skinned people will live in the favelas. The lighter middle brown people will live kind of middle class, and the light white ones will be more of the elite ruling class. We don't, there's no Black society like that. All
but
of us are treated the same.
with all due respect, Tariq, do you mean within FBA, or do you mean within
FBA
African
society.
American culture? Because there's the brown paperback test, yellow bone, red bone, all of that
Yeah.
terminology.
And again, foundational Black American society, we don't really have that. Now, the whole brown paper bag thing, that was the boule. That was a particular Black type of organization. It was a that boule elitist Black crowd. They were on that for a while, with some of the boule fraternities, and those people oftentimes are looked at as outliers of Black society. We look down upon that. The masses of Black people always look down. We have a term. We've always had a pejorative term like, "Hey, that's one of them bougie niggas," meaning one of them boule cats who sit up there
Hmm.
with that brown paper bag. These are the people who are trying to get ingratiated with white society.
Yeah.
Among the Black masses, that is looked down upon. I promise you
Mm,
that.
okay. Okay.
All right, but thank you so much, beloved. Thank you for the call.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, good call. Now, she made a very good point. That whole brown paper bag thing, that used to go down in Jim Crow with that boule crowd. That was big with them. That boule shit, and that was always looked down upon. And we look down upon the boule crowd today. The boule, that's that Congressional Black Caucus. We look down upon that, dude. Man, these people can't really walk among the masses. Yeah, with that whole boule crowd, nah, their name is mud out here on these streets. See, we call that out. We call that nonsense out. And even with the whole boule thing, they had to stop that brown paper bag stuff eventually because it was so looked down upon. Yeah, the Black masses, we didn't get down like that.